Hey, this is Mayor Baraka. I'm here with Dr. Wade, Director of Health and Community Wellness here in the city of Newark. We're going to be doing these videos, Facebook Live, every day to keep you updated around 5 p.m. each day. Stay tuned and be aware of what's going on around COVID-19. We're also having a teletown hall tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Facebook Live. The information should be provided for you. Please tune in and have others tune in so we can give you more detailed information. I'll let Dr. Wade start off with the updates for today.
Good evening. Here in New Jersey, we have 178 cases of coronavirus thus far, 20 of which are in Essex County, and 2 confirmed and 1 possibility here in Newark. Important for you to know is that we still can do an excellent job of protecting ourselves. Most importantly is if you find yourself feeling ill, cold, flu-like symptoms, stay home. Stay home and take care of yourself unless or until your symptoms become more concerning. If that happens, call your healthcare provider. Try not to just show up. Call ahead of time. You can talk to your healthcare provider and we can answer questions for you. And if it's a determination that you should come into the office for care, then we can set an appointment, an immediate appointment, and meet you at the door with a mask so it decreases the possibility of you spreading infection. We do not want you to go to the hospital unless that's absolutely necessary because we don't want our hospitals to be overcrowded. So again, if you're not feeling well, stay home. If your health status starts to decrease, talk to your healthcare provider and follow their directions. And if they direct you to come in, then we'll set an appointment and give you a mask at the door. Very important. If you find yourself needing to cough or sneeze, please cover your nose or mouth either with a tissue and throw the tissue away, or if you don't have that, you can cough or sneeze into the corner of your elbow here. It'll help to minimize the spread of germs. A couple of things to keep in mind. There's no reason to fear, okay? We just want to use common sense and follow directions. We do not want you wearing a surgical mask if you are not sick. Wearing a surgical mask does not protect you the way you think it might. In fact, if you put a surgical mask on because germs can still get in all of the sides, you increase your chance of infection rather than decrease because you'll just be rebreathing the same air, okay? So take your time, communicate with your healthcare provider, and stay inside, okay? Try to minimize groups. The CDC has already put out a recommendation, no gathering of groups of more than 50 people or more. So that if you don't have to be out, don't be out, okay? Thank you.
Effective immediately. I mean, obviously, in light of the governor's press conference and things that we have organized here in the city of Newark, this is what will happen in Newark. Effective immediately, City Hall will only be open for appointments. If you have to come to City Hall, you have to come with an appointment only. There is no walk-ins allowed in City Hall. We're only going to have non-essential employees home, and all essential employees will be working. Only essential employees are working, so it's important for you to call in to make an appointment if you are coming into City Hall. WIC, homeless services, public safety, fire, sanitation, all of those will remain open. They will continue to operate like they've always operated. Important information, restaurants in the city of Newark, bars in the city of Newark will only be allowed to stay open, providing takeout and delivery services only. You cannot dine in. Restaurants can only have takeout and delivery services. You will not be allowed to dine in. After 8 p.m., all businesses must close. After 8 p.m. in the city, starting tonight, all businesses must close. The city of Newark will strongly enforce this. All businesses must close after 8 p.m. And in the daytime, you can only have takeout and delivery services only. For the places that are allowed to stay open, like barbershops or beauty parlors or other places that are not on the list, you cannot have an abundance of people in those places. The CDC has said 50. The state of New Jersey has said 50. We will be monitoring that. And if that goes on, we will shut your business down. If you have a restaurant and we find people in there sitting down or dining in the daytime, we will also shut your restaurant down. We're asking also that only essential travel be on the road after 8 p.m. If there is not an emergency, you should not be outside and you should not be on the road if it's after 8 p.m. Again, after 8 p.m., only essential or emergency travel should be on the road. All other people should be in the house. There should be no crowds gathering. There should be no parties, no events, no after-hour spots, no bars, no clubs, no recreational facilities. All of those things are closed down. In fact, all city recreation centers will also be closed. All city recreation centers will also be closed. The city of Newark will strongly look to make sure that these things are taking place. So please adhere to the things that we're asking you to adhere to. Again, please adhere to everything that we're asking you to adhere to, and following the instructions and listening to these protocols are extremely, extremely important. We all have a responsibility to help mitigate the further spread of the coronavirus. All of us have a very deep responsibility. So those of us who are spreading messages on social media, it's time for us to be collective, to share important information, share factual information, no more jokes, no more misinformation, no information to create a drama or to create any other issue. We need you to be with us collectively and make sure that we're putting out strong information, factual information, and information that will alert us, make us aware, and help us get this virus past us. I must also add that the schools are closed indefinitely at this point. Schools are closed indefinitely at this point. All schools are closed indefinitely at this point. We expect students or children to be in the house doing their learning packets, doing online learning. We do not expect them to be outside at rec centers, at the mall, or pizza parties, or different things that we created for them. We need to make sure they're in the house. We are going to be outside and making sure that these things are, in fact, taking place in our city. We need everybody's cooperation. If we never needed your cooperation before, we need it now. We need all hands on deck, every mother, every brother, every father, every uncle, every cousin, to make sure that all of our family members are adhering to this and making sure that everybody is safe. Lastly, I must add that the senior citizen buildings and senior centers will not be taking visitors. They will not be taking visitors. It's important to check on the elderly in your family, check on your grandmothers, your mothers, give them a call, talk to them, FaceTime them. But the best thing to do is allow them to be separated from you, to practice the social distancing, to make sure you're not spreading coronavirus, because we know it has a deeper and more deadly consequence for the elders in our community. So in order to keep them safe, we have to practice these protocols and practice them seriously.
One last thing. If you find yourself needing to come to a healthcare facility, please give accurate information. Name, phone number, address, okay? Don't worry about, I don't want to be contacted, I don't know if they're going to charge me. It's critical, because should we end up testing you, we need to be able to get results and follow up with your care. So please give us accurate information.
And if you're undocumented, please come as well. Do not be afraid. If you feel sick, come. Call, come. We will take care of you. Don't worry about the fee. Don't worry about anybody detaining you. Come. It is safer for all of us for you to come and make sure that you're checked and tested immediately. Do not listen to rumors or other nonsense that's telling you not to come. We need you to show up and be a part of this as well. So I just want to go over real quickly so we don't forget. Key points. City Hall is closed unless you have an appointment. You cannot walk into City Hall. You have to have an appointment to take care of your business in City Hall. Only essential employees will be working in City Hall until further notice. Fire, police, healthcare providers, homeless services, all of those things will continue. Sanitation will continue uninterrupted. All recreational facilities are closed. If you are a restaurant or a bar, or excuse me, if you are a restaurant, not a bar, if you are a restaurant or a food place, right, you can only have takeout or delivery. You cannot dine in. If you have people dining in, we will close you down. After 8 p.m., you must be closed. All gyms, all theaters, all movie houses, all casinos, all recreational facilities are closed all day indefinitely without exception, right? If you are a supermarket, a medical facility, or a gas station, you will allow to be open after 8 p.m. Please keep in mind the 50 or more gathering number, because we will enforce that completely. All of these things are happening. If it is not an emergency, after 8 p.m., you should not be outside on the road. If it's not an emergency, after 8 p.m., you should not be outside on the road. Folks, I know these things sound difficult. They sound stringent. People want to know information. It's a lot of fear, a lot of things going on back and forth, a lot of messages being passed. I would ask you to stay tuned to our videos every day, to participate in our Teletown Hall tomorrow at 7 p.m. so you can get updates, so you can get right information. But listen, we can't get through this unless we do it together. Unless we finally become a community, we depend on each other as neighbors, depend on each other as residents of our community, of our city, rely on each other, help each other, look out for the most vulnerable in our city, make sure we do our part in this. That's the only way we can get through this. And we're asking you, as a matter of fact, we're pleading with you right now to do whatever you can do necessary to help us contain this coronavirus so it does not bloom or blossom out of control here in the city. I would say everybody stay safe, practice the safe hygiene, practice social distancing, check on your family members, and make sure our community is safe. Newark is strong. We'll get through this. We got through most things. We'll get through this too. Godspeed to everybody.